Have you ever felt an inexplicable connection to an inanimate object? As you consider this question, let us pull your imagination to a dimly lit corner of a time-worn antique shop. Picture the old wooden shelves lined with myriad curiosities, the air heavy with decades of dust and forgotten stories. Looming in the shadowy corners, a unique display stands, a congregation of unsettling dolls. These are not the ordinary, cheerful porcelain dolls you'd find in a children's playroom. These dolls are different. Their glassy eyes glisten with a sinister knowingness, a seeming wisdom beyond their inanimate existence. They're a league apart from the norm, and their disturbing visage is enough to give one the chills. Meet Mr. Abernathy, the shop's proprietor. He is an elderly man with a parched face looking as time-worn paper, and eyes as weathered as a stormy sea. Over the long, winding years, he has collected these eerie dolls, each with histories that speak of tales of misfortune, despair, and sometimes unexpected moments of misplaced enthusiasm for the undemanding friendship of a non-speaking toy. People visiting his shop often find themselves inexplicably drawn to these dolls. Their feelings a curious mix of fascination, unease, and a peculiar sense of kinship. Enter Amelia, a young woman with raven hair and eyes that hold an endless thirst for the unexplained. Her interest in the macabre, the supernatural, and the downright bizarre frequently leads her to places like this, where she gathers intriguing stories for the rabid followers of her blog. As she steps into the shop, her eyes are immediately drawn towards the haunting collection of dolls. She slowly makes her way towards the display, her fingers gingerly tracing the dolls' delicate, uncannily appealing features. She marvels at their realism, the detail in their clothing, the lifelike pallor of their porcelain skin. Among the entire compilation, one doll stands out, a porcelain figure with long ebony hair and striking emerald green eyes that seem to bore right into Amelia's soul. As she picks up the doll, a shiver runs down her spine. She dismisses it as a mere side effect of the shop's musty air and the chill of the against her skin. Noticing Amelia's interest, Mr. Abernathy slowly ambles over, his voice quavering slightly as says, "Ah, you've chosen Dorinda. She has quite the tale to tell." Intrigued, Amelia encourages him to share Dorinda's story. Mr. Abernathy, pleased at the interest, begins his tale. He paints a vivid picture of Dorinda's creator, a woman named Abigail Thornfield. Abigail was a gifted doll maker, renowned for her incredible attention to detail and the life she seemed to breathe into her. But Dorinda was more than just another doll in her collection. Dorinda was her magnum opus, her crowning achievement, a doll crafted with a piece of the doll-maker's very soul. Amelia's eyes widen at this revelation. The notion seems preposterous, yet intriguing. She's hooked, captivated by the story and eager to hear more. Mr. Abernathy explains how Abigail, unable to have a child of her own, poured every ounce of her love, her hopes, and her dreams into making Dorinda. She imbued the doll with a sliver of her spirit, hoping to fill the void Abigail felt. Amelia, holding Dorinda, feels an uncanny connection to the doll. It is as if Dorinda's eyes held a secret story yearning to be shared, a spirit desperate to be understood. As Mr. Abernathy delves deeper into the tale, he describes how Dorinda metamorphosed from being a simple doll. She became Abigail's companion, her confidant, a repository for her unspoken desires and deepest secrets. But that bond, the intense emotional investment, came with a heavy price. Amelia, leaning in closer, is completely enthralled by the tale of Abigail's obsessive yearning for a child. The price, Amelia, was Abigail's life. Mr. Abernathy's voice rings out in the quiet antique shop, the words echoing with a dreadful finality. The revelation sends a shudder through Amelia. Abigail was found dead under mysterious circumstances, not long after she had poured her heart and soul into creating Dorinda. The townspeople recalled the sleepless hours creating and recreating models until she finalized her product. It was as if crafting the doll had drained her of her life essence. The old man's eyes take on a faraway look, as if he's viewing the tragic scene anew in his mind's eye. The townsfolk were horrified, and rumors started circulating that Dorinda was cursed, that she was a soul-sucking entity preying on the life force of her creator. And since then, Dorinda has been passed over time and time again, her eerie beauty and the dark tale associated with her, making her an object of morbid fascination. The words hang heavy in the air, casting a palpable shadow over the shop. Amelia, feeling a chill run down her spine, gently places Dorinda back on the shelf. The doll's emerald eyes seem to glint unnaturally in the dim light, the sinister secret of her existence now revealed. Amelia decides to leave the shop, her curiosity sated and her nerves rattled. As she steps out, she takes a final glance at the display. The dolls seem to watch her leave, their glassy eyes reflecting the flickering lights of the shop. And so, the sinister dolls of Abernathy's antique shop continue to wait for their next victim. The custodian, Mr. Abernathy, only a vocal storyteller when asked. He has to make a living after all, and the dolls often fetch a compelling price. His conscience questions these decisions, but that is a tale for another day. Please feel free to leave us comments, dear listener. Your notes help us plan our tales and create more of what you're enjoying. Now sleep well and steer clear of ominous-looking dolls, please.